Okay. Hello there, live people.
Hello. Is my ear blocked or is just my headset not working correctly? I can't actually tell.
Check, check, check. Wow, wow.
You're really loud in this ear and really quiet in this one.
That's just how my voice is. I just like talking out the side of my mouth.
Okay, sure.
I don't.
Okay, I know we're live because I'm getting an advertisement fed. So, yay.
Someday we can get that money. Someday.
Let me get my money.
Okay. We're live on Mixer. For all you scumbags. I love you. We're live everywhere else. Oh, I need to open up the chat windows. Yeah.
I got Twitch.
It's easier to ban people when I have all of them open. Sadly.
It is the internet in 2018 though, so...
Yeah. Ain't that
kind of necessary.
Alright. Mixer doesn't have a pop-out. I have to say something about Mixer here. So they just announced skills.
Season 2.
Yeah, and like they just announced skills, and one of their first skills on the website is literally called Space Whale, and it's just a whale flying through space. And I was like, wait, that's us. Wait, that's this thing. Wait a minute.
It's 100% a reference to the show.
Yeah.
If they just need to add a DJ in front of that.
Yeah. God, if you only had like the 1s and 2s. Man.
Anytime anyone says the 1s and 2s, I'm not lying. I can't help but think of the Grand National R&B remix song, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've sent it to you before. It's the one where it's the sprint race from one of the Grand National events.
Oh, yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime anyone says
like,
the 1s and 2s, that's the first thing that pops into my head.
Yeah. So good. Alright, restream, come on. Pick it up here. I'm trying to think of anything exciting that happened this last week, and there is nothing.
Let's see. It's fucking cold. Our power went out.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The best bedmate for it being cold.
Yes. But it wasn't just our power, it was next door's power as well. At one point I posted a photo of the internet outage, and it was literally on my street that had no internet.
Great.
And we looked at the power outage this time, and it was literally my street again.
Great.
So it was like...
You live on the cursed street.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny, because it actually is kind of cursed looking, because it's just full of trees down the side of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like one of those overcast Silent Hill streets. All we need is a little bit of fog, and we'll be done.
You can find me at my address on Spooky Boulevard.
Well, considering the power went out on Halloween, yes.
Oh, no.
Like, it was just perfect timing. I was like, great, it's Halloween. It's 7:15 in the morning. I'm running late for work, and the power's not on.
Right.
Fucking yay.
Thank goodness. Oh,
yup.
Man. Yeah, I got nothing else. That was a boring week this week. And I'm not feeling well all week. Haven't really felt like playing anything.
I did a whole bunch of cleaning. Managed to sort out some of this mess that I call a desk here.
Yeah.
And behind me, I now have 5 garbage bags full of shit I need to throw out tonight.
I did watch a show on Netflix called Million Pound Menu.
Now, either it's a British show or a really fat American show.
I would watch either one. It's a British show. It was actually pretty cool. It was basically like people that have like a food truck or a food stall somewhere. They want to run a full restaurant, but they don't have the capital for it. So a bunch of investors, they put up these pop-up restaurants, like one across the street from each other. Each episode only has 2 restaurants. And a bunch of investors go and they try and help them, and they try and get the restaurant to where it needs to be. And then at the end, they can go make an investment into the restaurant, whether, up to £1 million, or decide not to. It was actually, I appreciate a lot of British reality television because it was like 6 episodes, and about half of them, no one got any money.
That's good.
It was really great because it's not like, I feel like an American show, someone would have to come in and like drop, well, the other person offered $1 million, I'm gonna offer 2.5, and it's just like none of that. It's sort of like, hey man, nobody won this week. You weren't good enough.
The one-upsmanship bullshit that you get in American shows.
Yeah.
Like Storage Wars.
I love to hate Storage Wars. I can watch, like, if I'm in the mood, I can watch like an episode or two, but then I get sick of that bullshit guy that does, yup, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's a dick.
American reality TV is fucking hot garbage.
Yeah.
But it's the best kind of fucking hot garbage.
It's the yeah, it's the hottest garbage.
But it's so dumb how watchable this shit is because
Yeah.
I've got no illusions in my mind that 90% of Storage Wars, they know exactly what's in that fucking bullshit container.
Guaranteed. Yeah, like it has to be staged. I'm sure there's a little bit of it that isn't, but yeah.
But shit like that just makes me laugh so much. Like, if you like that show, the food truck one over from my neck of the woods, there is actually a food truck one over here where it's literally about food trucks and trying to make it. It's people who have like little family businesses but want to do the food truck thing to try and make a bit more money.
Oh, okay.
And they're basically, by winning this like episode of the show, they get what's needed to have a food truck, I believe.
Cool.
So it's actually really cool the way they do it. And no offense to any American listeners or my co-host here,
Right.
but generally speaking, Americans are dicks to each other.
100%.
Like, you look at British reality TV shows, it's like, oh, now there are dicks there too.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like, you look at, I've never seen it, but something like the Great British Bake Off, it might end up being something like, oh, well, it's just not good enough. And like, okay. And then the other people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
Except Paul Hollywood has an episode or two here or there where he's just a total, like, he's having a bad day and he's being a douche. I don't like when he does that.
He's embracing his Gordon Ramsay.
Ugh. There's a perfect one. Gordon Ramsay on British TV. I want to help. If you want my help, I'm happy to help you.
Yep.
American
On
version
American
of that
TV.
show got the fucking middle fingers like, fuck all you dicks.
That's the funny thing is, like, you see him on English TV and he genuinely seems like a nice guy.
If you want his help, he will help you. If you don't want his help, he's got the middle fingers in the air. Not the American one. He's like kicking down doors like, suck my dick. Just like, that's not the one I want to watch.
If you haven't yet, you still need to check out Heston Blumenthal, any of his TV shows.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of his stuff.
If Gordon Ramsay is the jock of the cooking world, Heston Blumenthal is the nerd of the cooking world.
Okay.
Like, he has a cookbook where it gives you recipes for all of his shit, and it's 2 recipes per 2 ways to make it per recipe.
Okay.
The way you can make it at home and the way he makes it in his restaurants. Because something tells me you don't have a $5,000 industrial shop vac in your home.
Right.
Because he uses stuff like industrial shop vacs to mix frosting.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like the American version would be Alton Brown. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff.
No, I can't. I wish I could remember what the fuck it's called. It's like some weird name for like using science to make cooking better.
Interesting.
It's fucking, like, he did a show on, I think it was like Channel 4. It was like one of the last things I watched before I came over here, where he was given a theme for the week, and then he produced basically a full 4-course, 5-course meal for everybody based on the theme. And one of his themes was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, wow.
He literally made edible wallpaper.
Oh, man. That's so cool.
Where you could go over and lick the walls to get the tastes of the stuff that was on the wall. It was incredible. Great. The dude is insane. Like, don't get me wrong, he's certifiably nuts.
Yeah.
But the stuff that he does is insane. It's so intriguing. Like, literally, he's just a giant nerd. He's like, I'm gonna take science. Fuck this pinch of that and pinch of the other and dash of whatever. This is my way of doing it.
3 micrograms.
Yeah, here's 3 micrograms, nitroglycerin, and liquid hydrogen. Let's see what we can make with that shit.
Right.
Just, what, dude? What the fuck?
The other reason I like British baking shows is because they have at least some variety. Where, like, you know, in America, if you say, like, we're gonna have an Indian week, and everyone's like, there's like 12 white people that haven't cooked an Indian dish in their life. You know, like, on British TV, it's like, all right, I got this. Like, we cook a lot of stuff here.
Yeah. It also helps that curry is basically, it's unofficially the dish of the country at this point, is Indian food, because those fucking Brits, we love our fucking curry.
Yeah. Yeah. God, curry's so good.
If only I could actually handle hot.
Yeah,
I love sweet curry.
There's a really good curry place near me, and I'm very happy that they make a bunch of different heat levels of each dish. Because I'll take a little bit of spice and like a little bit of heat, but anything beyond that, I'm just a sweating, blubbering mess.
Well, I'm at that point now where I'm getting better with heat because my wife loves her spices. Mm-hmm. So we have hot things in our food, so I'm getting better at dealing with it. But in general, I'm a fucking wuss when it comes to heat. It's like, oh, is that a jalapeno on my pizza?
Yeah. Yeah, there was Amy Poehler's book. She said something about like, oh, well, I have, you know, my Irish background means that the most spice I require in my life is butter on toast. I was like, that's
pretty good.
That's pretty appropriate.
Yeah, that's pretty much me as well, to be honest. Give me butter on toast. Oh, fuck, now I want some fucking nice, really solid English white bread, which, let's get this fucking thing out the way, because we're not hungry already at all. Yeah. But fuck American bread, dude.
Yeah,
it is fucking atrocious.
To me, like, American white bread is basically like American cheese. It's like, you don't want to eat it. It's not real. It's not real food.
It's a cheese-like product or a bread-like product. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
American white bread is... It's like air.
I fucking love white bread. Like, with a passion. Like, I could have sandwiches every day for, like, 5 days a week. And I did, because that's what I made for my lunch when I was back in England.
Yeah.
Over here, just white bread makes me sick. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's real bad. My wife managed to find gluten-free rye bread for me recently, and I'm a much happier camper at lunchtime.
Because you have actual bread that you can eat for once.
I found a company, Canyon Bakehouse. They make incredible gluten-free bread. I don't know what it is about their formula, but they make bread that has the same texture as bread that has gluten in it. Because normally it's like crumbly, and you try to spread butter on it, and it just, like, you poke a hole right through it. It's so bad. But this stuff is, I've had almost all their stuff. Like, their bagels are even good. They have that, like, nice crispiness to them. I don't know what black magic they're doing over there, but I will pay the money to eat it.
I tell you what, I can't wait for the first time I go to New York City and have a New York City slice of pizza and a New York City bagel.
Yep.
They're the two things.
Yeah, even if it would make me really sick, I would have a regular pizza there.
Would you have it on your way in or on your way out?
God, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
You'd have to plan it
right
so that you could do the appropriate actions, and that would also depend on the travel method as well. That's
true, yeah. If I'm traveling by plane, not going... Well, it makes me really tired. Like, my wife says, when I have wheat specifically, by accident, my wife says that basically I have mono for like 2 days. So it might be good for a plane ride, just the only time I could sleep on a plane.
We refer to that in this household as the food sleepies.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like I'm unable to function. It's not even that I'm just tired. It's like I cannot do anything.
Yeah, that's the food sleepies in this household, where it's just like, fuck this, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. And I haven't had any gluten for 3 years now. And anytime I accidentally do, it's so bad. It's just like I'm 100% out of commission.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh.
I miss it though. I still miss it because my kid doesn't have the gluten sensitivity, and neither does my wife. So like, sometimes they're eating something, and I'm just like, "Hello," like wiping the drool. We're like, ah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like me whenever like I have a rule now in work where Friday is my fast food day, so I can get like, because the guys always get fast food. Like they eat fast food 5 days a week, and it makes me sick to see how much they actually eat it.
Yeah.
But Friday now is my treat day,
yeah,
for dinner.
Yeah.
So they'll go out, and literally the second, no matter where they go, it's like, do they have burgers? If they have burgers, I will have bacon. Give me bacon, because we don't generally keep red meat in the house.
Oh, okay.
So if I can get like a roast beef sub or a bacon or anything like that, it's like I will fucking demolish that thing. Yeah, someone brought in a foot-long roast beef sub on this Friday gone. We split it. And mine was gone in about 25 seconds.
Yeah, just inhale it.
Like, fuck me, that was delicious. Can I have another, please? Give me the full foot long next time.
Yeah, like the one of the things I really miss is like chicken nuggets. There are gluten-free chicken nuggets out there,
But they're bullshit.
Number one, they're bullshit. Number two, you get like 6 of them for $10. And just like, I can't. I bought my kid literally a 5-pound bag of chicken nuggets from Costco for $13. Like, yeah, some of the gluten-free pricing there. Bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's because it's harder to make. Actually, it's not. It's literally just because there's not as much demand for it.
Well, the demand is there. The difficulty is the real problem, because if you're looking at somebody who has... If you're somebody like me that isn't diagnosed with something like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, mine is a sensitivity or an allergy, whichever one it is, whatever you want to call it. But for someone like Crohn's, they can't have any of it, so they need to make sure that the equipment has all been cleaned properly. So like, a lot of these places that's making gluten-free stuff, they have 2 separate production lines, or like they break down everything and they clean everything, and that's where the real cost is, because you can't just like, oh, we're moving from chicken to fish, like just pull out this barrel, put this, you know, it's so much harder. But I feel better because when I went to the grocery store last time, Lean Cuisine has gluten-free options now. I feel like if you're a huge brand like that, that's getting into that stuff, that's really great. Yeah,
definitely. Stuff like that helps. I know we shop a lot at Aldi's, and they've redone a whole bunch of their like in-home brands kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
I had some of their ice cream yesterday or the day before. Let me tell you, that shit tastes just like Ben & Jerry's.
Oh yeah, so yeah. A lot of those brands are good now. Yeah.
It reminds me. It reminds me back in England, there was when I was a kid, there was a brand called No Frills, which literally this is a brand, but it's a brand that doesn't have a brand, because all of their branding was, we are keeping our prices as cheap as possible because we don't have any frills. You want fucking fish fingers? Here's fish fingers. You want a packet of chips? Here's a packet of chips.
And it just says like chips on the front in black.
With literally white packaging with black text to tell you exactly what was in it.
I think we have that here too, and it's like one of the most popular ones is beer. It's just a white can that says beer on it.
You'd walk through the supermarket and it'd be like all these fancy things, and then it'd just be white packaging saying like crisps. White packaging saying digestive biscuits.
So good. I wish digestive biscuits were bigger here.
Me too.
They're so good.
Hobnobs, dude. Hobnobs are the shit. If you ever get the chance, I don't know if you'd be able to eat them though, but
yeah, I might not be able to.
Then you need to get some hobnobs and get your wife to tell you how amazing they are, because hobnobs are the shit.
I think
they're great for
favorite.
everything.
Yeah.
I love hobnobs. I think I might have a tin downstairs somewhere, just waiting for that.
It's only making me more occasion. I have a piece of dry bread here that is uneaten.
I have half a pack of Skittles.
God, Skittles are so good.
These might be my favorite American Skittles, the blue ones.
What flavor variety are those? Tropical or something?
Tropical, yes.
Yeah. Dimebag in chat says, "Hey guys in chat, just dropped in to say have a great show, and I'm off to enjoy my day in San Diego Seaport Village."
Have a good day.
I live in San Diego Port Village. What is San Diego Seaport Village? SeaportVillage.com.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. It's like an outlet sort of thing, but since it's in San Diego, it has hippies. Grr. Bunch of photos with Santa. Gonna have to do that this year. See if my kid freaks out again. I have a really good photo last year of her.
I think you sent it to me last year of her freaking the fuck out.
Her crying her head off because Santa had her on his lap. That was pretty good. I feel like that's a parent rite of passage. You gotta get one of those pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Another one is to make sure you get them in an outfit you want them to wear that they absolutely fucking despise.
Yeah.
My wife has a really good photo of her as a child with the most "I'm doing this because you're making me do it" kind of look on her face.
Right.
Which is her wearing like a dress and with like long pretty hair. I'm pretty sure right after that was the "fuck you, I don't want long hair, I'm going to cut my own hair."
My kid loves dresses, surprisingly. That wasn't something I was expecting. Alright, you ready to kick this thing off so we stop talking about food and making me more hungry?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Get jealous about British food.
Fuck no.
You tasty jerks.
Which, by the way, quick shout out, thank you to my wife after I mentioned sausage rolls on this episode, this show. She made me sausage rolls.
God, sausage rolls are so good.
They were fucking delicious, dude. Like, yeah. And there was 6 of them, so I had them over 2 days. It was amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to. I've just eaten all 6. I wouldn't.
I would have, except I would have been sick afterwards.
Yeah, that's fair. You want to keep
anyway,
them down.
Enough food. Video games.
Yeah, let's take pre-show off here. Boop. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hello, Governor.
Brand new episode of We Rogue Like It is available this week for patrons. This will be the end of our first series, basically, our first game, Hand of Fate. Had 4 episodes like we thought. Sort of came to a nice conclusion. And then we will announce the next game on that episode. So if you're a patron, you'll get it this week. If you're a non-patron, you'll get it next Wednesday. So check that out. Patreon.com/E1M1, the ones are numbers, for all the cool behind-the-scenes stuff. I think that's everything, so let's just dive into what you've been playing, Moonpier.
Okay, so let's start with Red Dead 2, because I want to get this out of the way nice and early.
Okay.
So I'm still playing Red Dead 2. The game is still gorgeous. The game is still fun. I'm genuinely enjoying playing it. I'm taking a little bit of a break from it right now because it feels antithetical to the nature of the game to play the game, which I realize is a strange thing to say. It's something my wife pointed out in Discord, which I heartily agree with her on this. You play a bunch of outlaws. Like, that's your title in the game, is you are outlaws. But committing crimes in a non-mission based environment is simply not rewarding enough. Like, you get you might go hold up a couple of people, you know, steal a bit of stuff, but then you come back and you've made $50 and your bounty is $120.
Oh, okay.
So then it becomes this constant back and forth of, okay, then do you go donate all of your money to the camp and then get yourself arrested so you can go and do it again? Like, it's
right.
It feels a little weird and maybe a little unbalanced in that manner.
Yeah, that is odd.
But I'm still loving the story missions. Like, right now I'm just progressing through the story a little bit. I haven't done too much. I'm doing some crafting, some hunting. I like Rockstar open world games, so this game is genuinely fun to me, and it is one of those immersive games where it's just, I'm going to run around and do some cowboy shenanigans.
Right.
And have a good time doing it, and I have been having a good time, and I'll be honest, I've been playing as a good guy more than a bad guy. So I'm helping people who are on the side of the road. I'm getting into shoot the barrels off the side of this cliff as like a little shooting contest between you and this gentleman who's up from Mexico to find a real cowboy gunslinger.
Right.
Like I'm enjoying all of these encounters that you're getting into, but I kind of need to stop for a little bit. Just give myself a little bit of a breather, because otherwise this is going to be the game I play until the end of the year.
Right.
And that will be it. So
well, you don't really want to burn out on it too. Like you get to the end of the story and maybe you have a challenging couple of missions, and next thing you know, you're just like, well, now I'm sick of this game, and now it's too tough at the end. I don't even want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, I'm taking it slowly, real slowly. I've done so much hunting and so much skinning and so on and so forth, but I'm taking my time, and it's going to be one of these games that I think I'm just going to pick up, play hardcore for a week, put down, play something else for a while.
Right.
Which brings me to my next game, which is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let me tell you, remember how I was saying how it's bad to go from AC Odyssey over to Red Dead because the controls just don't match up?
Yeah, how's the other way go?
It's just as bad. Because now I'm pulling right trigger to attack people when I should be hitting X and Y.
Oh man.
I need to stop. I need to put my foot down, and I need to basically play one of these two games through to completion.
Right, like just finish Assassin's Creed and then...
Yeah, that's the way I'm leaning, because I've already put probably about 60 hours into Odyssey.
Right.
So I'm probably looking at trying to polish that one off before I move on to the next one.
Right.
I still love this game, and it tells me how not far I am in the story. When my wife saw me start a mission earlier, and her exact response was, "Are you only just getting there?"
Oh no.
How far do you think you are in this story?
Oh, no.
So yeah,
I don't think I'm far anymore.
Nope. The bright side is I honestly think I've done some super secret stuff before I was supposed to do it.
Okay.
When I'm at level 47 now, and the very vital story mission I'm on, has everybody at level 22. Something tells me that I'm going to be okay for a little bit if I just play the story missions. Yeah,
until the end, you're probably going to move along pretty nicely.
Yeah, well, I'm three levels away from the level cap at this point, and I mentioned it last time. I have my style, I have my method of play that I like, so... You know, I've got my gear, I've got my setup,
Get your whole load out.
Yeah, I've got everything I need, so that'll be good for me going forwards. But it's weird, the dichotomy between the two of them, because it feels like I'm playing the super arcadey superhero game in Odyssey, whereas Red Dead, it feels like I'm playing the Game of what was it, Deadwood? The TV show, the Game of Thrones version of cowboys, where it's just so dour and so serious all of the time.
Sad cowboy simulator.
Yeah, and it's fun and it's immersive and it's great, but every now and again I just want to jump off the biggest statue I can find and stab someone in the face.
Right, and make that caw noise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Make the caw noise, and then do a front flip, which somehow stops me from taking any damage when I land.
I landed in a pile of straw. It went fine.
Yep. Even when you don't. Do like a front flip and then a barrel roll as you land, it's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I did not break my neck as I landed from the top of this huge statue, so...
I mean...
Sure.
In the lore of the game, since you're in the Animus, you probably shouldn't take fall damage.
There's more to it than that in this case.
Okay.
There is some more stuff going on here than meets the eye.
Okay. I'll talk about Odyssey here in my section, but yeah.
Ooh, do you want to? You know, you go ahead.
No, it's unrelated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Red Dead are the two games which are like absorbing all of my time at the minute. But it's very difficult to talk about stuff like Odyssey. I'm at the point now where it feels like the helmet's going to hit the floor like the horse poop is going to hit the fan and
Right.
things are about to get real serious real quick. Kind of similar to the alligator mission or the crocodile mission.
Right, where it's like, oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
This isn't what the other games were.
Yeah, it feels like it's at that point in the game.
Right.
So it's I want to get through it. I want to continue. But again, I run into the problem of there's very little for me to say on here. There is not 100% spoilerific all out the wazoo. And when it comes to the deck of 52 side of things, I'm pretty much the only people I'm missing on that side of things are story based. So I've done a lot of the extraneous work beforehand, and now I'm looking at those people thinking, well, most of these are story based. Those who I can't get are out of my level, so that's fine.
Right.
And then I flip back to Red Dead. It's like, oh yeah, I ride a cowboy, skin some deer. I got a perfect deer hide, which was great feeling when you skin 50 of them and you only get poor and normal, and you finally get one perfect one, just so I can do the stupid crafting and get my stupid satchel. It's got the stupid stuff on it. I'm maybe a little bit bitter about the crafting in Red Dead.
I was picking up what you're putting down,
because literally to craft some stuff you need perfect hides, which means you have to use a specific weapon and look for the best example of that animal.
Okay.
So you might be in a field of 50 deer and only one of them is a 3-star deer, which is what you need to kill with the specific weapon to get the actual perfect hide.
I pulled on this deer banner and I got a 3-star deer card. Hell yeah.
Yep. Luckily, my loot box, I used my Red Dead key, which in this case is a 6-shooter.
Right.
I shot the lock off the box,
Right.
and then out of the box popped a 3-star deer, which I then had to shoot once to get the perfect hide. Because if you shoot it more than once, the thing doesn't give you a perfect hide.
I'm not going to belabor the point, I promise. Everything in this game sounds terrible.
That's the worst thing, though, dude. Mechanically, it's great.
Yeah.
It is Destiny 2 in video game format again, where mechanically it's amazing.
Right.
But all of the steps you need to take to get there are complete BS.
It's just pulling teeth to get to the next fun part.
Yeah, exactly. This is my Destiny 2.
Right.
Where
this is my cross to bear.
Yeah. That's the funny thing is I can't insult the game because the game is gloriously great.
Yeah.
If you don't like, as we've discussed before, if you don't like the mechanics, that's a problem. So therefore, it's not for you. Like, we know this is not for you.
Right.
This is
a lot of this stuff is disappointing because it's like, why do you have to have varieties of deer? It just seems like there are too many. It's like there are too many obstacles to get from I want to craft a new pouch to crafting it. I wish they would have. I wish they would have gone the way of something like Far Cry, where it's like just kill 10 tigers. Just find and kill 10 tigers, man. You don't have to get the perfect tiger. You know, you don't need to get any of that. And then you can make this satchel. I know there are two different schools of thought, but finding the perfect deer and not screwing it up sounds almost punitive.
It's a little bit. I think it's designed to show you how hard it is. Like how hard it is to be a cowboy, and I get that.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, after you've killed said deer, you need to skin it, put the skin on the back of your horse, take it all the way back to your home camp, donate it to the camp crafting / cook guy, and then use him to craft it. Oh, but by the way, now you need a perfect deer. You need a perfect beaver pelt as well. And beavers use their own individual type of weapon to kill them to make sure you get the perfect thing.
Can you fast travel with a skin on your horse?
I don't know. I haven't unlocked the fast travel yet.
Oh my god. Okay.
There is an auto run very similar to Assassin's Creed Origins. Very similar to that. There is an auto run feature.
Yeah, like follow someone.
Yeah, where you put a GPS down, you hit somebody up, and then you start running and you keep hold of the back button and it turns it into cinematic camera mode, which is amazing.
Okay. The saddest cowboy angles.
That wasn't sarcasm. It's actually a genuinely fantastic thing.
I've seen a little bit of that, yeah.
And then you walk away and you make your way to, wherever you've set the GPS to. If you do that to your home base, it's great. But then you've got random encounters along the road. You get people who hold you up. You get
right.
all this stuff that can distract you on your way from A to B.
Right.
When if all I want to do is go A, hunt some stuff, then to B, to craft some stuff, I get distracted and then I lose my way, and then I've got a bounty, and then I get killed, and then all of my trap skinnings are gone because I've just been killed.
Oh my god.
Great.
Oh man.
It's the best kind of chore is how I'm just you can describe Red Dead right now. Like I said, it's Destiny 2, the best kind of chore.
Right, yeah, it's I fully understand why people dig it, because that's the same way I feel about Destiny 2, where it's like, I love this game, here's 400 things about it that suck. Yeah. And I still love this game, and it's Red Dead 2 very much seems like it. Like, if you get into it, and if it clicks with you, even halfway, you're all the way in it. And I think that's awesome. I wish that the game had a lot less friction, but I love that it's clicking with so many people, especially people that don't play a ton of games. Maybe they're playing a game or two a year and Red Dead is clicking with them. I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's, what can I say, it's fun to play, it's fun to be involved in that world. It's not fun to realize it's 2 a.m. and I should probably have been in bed 3 hours ago.
Right.
That's where the not fun side of it comes in. Let's see, what else? That's it on those, so let's talk about Hollow Knight.
Haha.
Yeah. So, I'm really struggling with Hollow Knight right now.
Okay.
Because it feels so punitive at the start of this game, because I'm still at the beginning of this game.
Okay.
I have no idea which way to go. I have no idea what my abilities will help me unlock.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea at all which direction I should be going in, especially based on everything I hear about the secret areas in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about secret areas. That's on the outside edge of the map. I honestly, the biggest thing I can tell you about Hollow Knight is just explore. You'll see, and it's going to be very obvious where you can't get to somewhere. Like, you'll see, you get to the end of an area, and like way up high, you'll see an exit to another area. It's like, yeah, okay, I have no tools to get there. I'm going to put a little pin on my map, come back to that some other time.
A bit like the drop at the very, very, very beginning of the game, where you come out of that little tutorial area, it's a huge drop down.
Yep.
And that kind of, okay, that makes sense. I'm in the weird forest area right now, I think.
Okay.
I met Sly, and I met a knight.
Right. Yep.
That should give you an
You're
idea
on
of where I am.
Green Path?
I don't know what the place is
the
called.
green area.
It doesn't tell me anything, dude.
It tells you when you go into the area. It'll tell you in like the lower left-hand corner. It'll tell you on the map too.
I don't have an update on my map yet because I sit at benches and it doesn't update my map.
That's odd.
It only seems to update my map when I go back to the hometown and sit on that bench. Then it will update my map.
That's odd. It shouldn't be doing that.
And I have the quill, and I have the thing, and I have everything I need to update my map. It's not doing that. So when I've done my 4th corpse run on the same corpse and lost 600 of the stupid currency because I can't find my way back to my corpse, it's a little frustrating.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, if you're in a new area, you do have to get the map first before the quill will update it.
I have no idea where that guy is because he seems to be currently living on some place to the far east where I can't get to without what looks like a double jump or like a horizontal jump.
Yeah.
I can hear him right there.
Right.
I know he's there because I can hear him. I have not heard him once in the new zone that I'm in. And I haven't got the horizontal jump yet, so I'm guessing that's where I get here, considering I keep seeing a stupid bug run away from me jumping horizontally. It's like, well, gee, I wonder what my ability I'm going to get here is.
Yeah, I don't know if you get that there. That's not the first one you get, I don't think.
I don't know. I got the stupid fireball thing, and now I'm exploring a green place.
Fireball is not as useful as it seems.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the beginning of the game, I feel, is one of the things if you're running into, I'd say if you're banging your head on a new area, one of the things I would recommend is looking at a map for that specific area to find out where the map guy is. Because as soon as you get the map, the quill will update it when you go to the benches, and like you're sort of on your way.
Mm-hmm.
But some areas, I think, either expect you to come from the other side of the map. So it's like, oh, 2 rooms in, here's the map guy. Conifer, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Some of them, you have to like get most of the way through, and then you get the map guy, and it's like, that's frustrating because now I don't know all the places I've missed. So I'd say, like, you know, if you're in Green Path, for example, you know, I feel like you can Google, you know, Green Path map, and you can say, all right, here's the entrance that I'm coming in. I got 2 rooms over and 1 room down. There's the map guy. That'd be what I would recommend, because once you get over that hump, the rest of it's just exploring and finding the boss, and
which is that's the fun part.
Right.
The not fun part is running around in circles trying to figure out if I'm in the right area or not.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I would bypass that. But I wouldn't look up an entire game map because I think that might be too spoilery. But
just the area that I'm in. Yeah. I might give that a shot because I put a couple of hours into this week and I was just getting frustrated because I was literally going in circles.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you unlocked a shortcut. That's great. I can't remember which way the shortcut should lead or which way the shortcut doesn't lead from.
What am I shortcutting? Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I would just look up a map. The game is so big that I feel like if that's your friction point, to use our favorite term lately, if that's your friction point, I would just bypass it. Yeah. The game's difficulty, I think, is the combat difficulty is its strength. Some of the map stuff is not great.
It feels super punitive for no real reason other than, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And for some people, I think that's really great. But I think for you and I, because there were a couple times, even on my first playthrough, where I'm like, okay, I'm like 10 rooms into this area, and I have not heard this dude whistling yet.
I'm like 30 rooms in and I still haven't heard him.
Like I'm just gonna look up this map. I'm not gonna beat my head against this brick wall. It's really not worth it.
Yeah, it's like I feel like because I've discovered a bench in the middle of this zone, which I'm thinking is the midpoint or the one before the boss, but then I don't know where the boss is and I don't know how to get the shortcut to go back to the. Right. I found what appears to be the stupid fast travel guy's home base, but I can't get into it because I'm on the wrong side of it, and it's just like, oh, whatever. Yeah. At this point, I got frustrated and I turned it off.
yeah, I would just look up the map.
My final game this week is some Rainbow Six Siege. Which started off with I think its final season of Year 3. Okay. I think. Or it's one of the Year 3 things. How this game is still as popular and updated as it is 3 years in is insane. To be honest, this one was just a quick one. Like I only played some casual with my wife and Charlie, friend of ours, who is the best, like, crazy southern person you could play a first-person shoot 'em up with. Okay. Like he literally sounds like a cowboy when you're shooting people. Great. And for poops and giggles, we decided, my wife and Charlie thought up of a ingenious way to play casual mode, which is now being referred to as LMG Squad.
Oh no.
Which LMGs are in the game. They are the typical LMG thing where they will spit bullets all over the place.
It's just a hose.
Yeah. And there is a couple of people, both attacking and defending, who can use LMGs. On the attacking side, there's I don't even know the name of these characters. That's how little I've played this game.
There's like 40 of them at this point.
Yeah, one of them has a special ability, which is an adrenaline shot, which is basically if you get downed and they pop that ability, it picks you straight back up again. So you're back to full health. Back up, I should say, not to full health. If you are standing up when that gets popped, it gives you a reduced recoil on your guns.
Okay.
So it became a case of Charlie would fuse, which is the inject 3 grenades into a room. Then he would pop a breaching charge, which puts a big hole in a wall. My wife would pop the adrenaline shot, and then all 3 of us would just sweep the room with LMGs.
Just closing your eyes and spraying.
Yeah, where it just sounded like chaos.
Yeah.
It's like people trying to be stealthy and sneaky. It's like, no, boy, we are going to ruin your ears.
Right.
You want tinnitus? Because we got tinnitus for you,
Right.
and you, and you. Everyone gets tinnitus.
Yeah.
Because it's just deafening when 3 machine guns are all minimized recoil,
Right.
maximized like ammo in one magazine / drum. Literally just firing bullets into the entire room from 3 different directions. You end up with like a strip of wall missing across the side of this wall where all 3 of us have just put holes into it. It's like, you know what? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is it's really, really, really fun.
It's always stupid fun.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where it was just like, it worked for a while, then it stopped working, and then it worked again for a while.
Right.
And I don't know how, well, I do know how they put the time in, but Charlie, my wife, and the crew that play that game are insanely good. Like,
Yeah.
insanely good. I did okay. I didn't do great. I did okay.
You were holding
I'm
your own.
surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get more negative messages, because I don't know if it's just the fact that she has lady in her game attack, but I performed way worse than she did, and she still got harassing messages.
Of course.
Including a 1v3 situation where she clutched the victory for our team,
Right.
and one of our teammates sent her a message saying trash.
Great. That sounds like my
1v3.
Destiny 2 career right now.
Yeah, I think you and my wife need to have a Twitter war where you show the horrendous messages you get sent in
Yeah.
the 2 respective games.
God, it's so bad lately. It's so bad lately. It hasn't been bad until these last couple of weeks.
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I don't know. These are people that have to have all the DLC. So, like...
It's PlayStation Plus, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
People who are interested in it, here's the game for free, now just buy the DLC.
Yeah.
It's PlayStation Plus. You know it is. Just like I know it's everybody who picked up Siege on like deep discount. Oh, $10 get you the game. Just
Right.
buy all the other operators.
I'll
Like,
go in here and I'll lose. You guys are trash.
it's fun. Like
Yeah.
even on casual when the toxicity is at its maximum.
It's the opposite of Destiny 2.
Well, that's the funny thing is I don't play ranked with with my wife and her crew. The reason I don't play ranked is because I am not good enough to play ranked on their level.
Yeah, like you can't hold your own.
I'm simply not as good as they are, and it's one of those things where it becomes slightly depressing when you literally get shot within the first 4 seconds of a round.
Right.
Every single round.
And the rest of the team is sort of like,
yeah.
if
It's
only
like,
we didn't have this dead weight here.
Yeah, that is me, Moonpear, the dead weight who is stopping you from winning the ranked right matches.
Right.
I don't want that burden on my shoulders, so I don't play ranked because I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I'm good, but I'm not 700 hours in the game good.
Right.
Like I'm just not that good. So when we play casual, the stupidity is at a high, toxicity is really high.
Right.
But it's really, really fun to just, like I said, we goofed off and we play LMG squad. That's what we did. Like, okay.
Yeah, the stakes are much lower.
Yeah, it's like, let's just make some noise.
Yeah.
Like, literally and metaphorically make some noise. So,
Just gonna try a bunch of dumb stuff.
yeah, and it was fun. And it's been a while since I've been able to have fun with a first-person shooter in that way, so it was good to, like, break free of the open worldness and just shoot some fools with the biggest guns we can carry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is my last game. That's all I've been playing. Boston, over to you!
I've been playing some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But the difference is...
You've been streaming.
Right, I started playing it as Project Stream. It took me... to be clear, before I talk about this, I'm not getting paid by Google or anybody. I applied for the invite, I got part of the invite, just through my personal email address, not even through the show or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It runs stupid well. It took me... So I had my DualShock 4 plugged in, fired up Chrome here on Windows, clicked the Project Stream link. It checked my connection and said, "Yeah, man, you look good." And then it just fired up Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And immediately it saw my controller, it configured all the video settings correctly, everything was great. It took me probably 5 minutes before I forgot that I wasn't playing it on my computer.
That's pretty impressive.
It runs, for me, I don't know where this stuff is coming out of. So I don't even think it's like downtown San Diego is where Project Stream is getting run.
Let's just establish a baseline here. Your internet has been problematic in the past,
to say the least, and continues to be. So my connection is often relatively speedy but unstable. Yes.
Do you feel comfortable exposing your up-down right now?
I would if I knew it offhand, but I don't. It's middle ground, I'd say. It's a good connection. It's not the fastest. It's certainly not the slowest. I didn't run into. I played this for 2 hours before I pulled the plug on myself to stop playing.
Okay, it was one of those situations,
right? I played it for about 2 hours. I did not run into any hiccups. It was 1080p, 60 frames, solid the entire time.
That's pretty good.
I got literally 0 frame drops, no performance issues, nothing. No pixelation, nothing like that. And again, it's just running out of Chrome. Just the browser. I didn't have to install a plugin. Like it's this thing where it's like, okay, cool,
it's
like I'm gonna give it a shot.
Magic.
Yeah, and like 2 hours later, I was like, I have to stop playing this because I will just keep playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey on a copy I don't own, and that's not gonna work.
You want them sweet save files for yourself?
I do, yeah. And it's like saving is great. Like I fired it back up. I still have my save. I still have all my Uplay or Ubisoft Club stuff, like all the stuff integrated with the club. It ran. I was expecting it to run the way PlayStation Now runs, where it's like,
hot garbage.
I'm streaming this. Okay, like it feels like you're streaming it. Maybe it looks a little pixelated, at least until it gets, sometimes Netflix, you start a show and it's like 480p and then suddenly 1080p. All right, we're fast enough. Yeah. You get that lag. No lag, even using a controller. It felt like I was playing a copy that I had installed on my PC.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was blown away. And the part of the reason why I had to stop playing is because I forgot that I was playing a copy I don't own. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll go hunt down this dude. Yeah, sure, and do another mission. It's like, wait, no, I can't do that. No.
So, out of curiosity, will you be picking up Odyssey?
Oh, 100%. I mean, to me, Odyssey is just, even before playing this, it was only a matter of time before I'm getting it. And I love the Assassin's Creed games so much that I want to play all of them.
Yep.
And playing the intro to Odyssey reminded me, hey, Origins is good. How about we make a better one? And I said, yeah. And he said, how about we have this cool lady Cassandra? And I'm like, yeah, she is cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Assassin's Creed Odyssey seems really great. Project Stream is really great in this beta. I am very excited to see what this is when it comes out of beta. Number one from a catalog standpoint, but number two from a how much does it cost standpoint.
Yeah.
His Ubisoft actually came out, the CEO came out this week, I think during an investor call, when an investor is asked about, why Project Stream, like what's going on here. And
Big fat paycheck from Google, that's why.
No, what they actually said was really interesting. They said, we have to find a way to take our games and easily break them out of consoles and PC. If someone can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on an NVIDIA Switch or their Chromebook, which, by the way, will run Project Stream.
I think you mean an NVIDIA Shield. Not an NVIDIA Switch.
Not NVIDIA Switch. If they could stream it through their Switch, even better. You know, like if they can take their game and take it out of these 2 to 3 to 4 platforms that they're on right now and bring it to
if the accessibility becomes global instead of only
like,
the people who have this console.
Do you have an Android tablet and a DualShock 4 or an Xbox One controller that can pair with Bluetooth? Now you can put that thing on a kickstand. Now you can play a full game without these issues. So I think that is really interesting, and I hope Ubisoft using their literally brand new game as part of this test. And it's not like, here's Assassin's Creed Unity, and it's like, cool, but
don't diss Unity.
No, there's a new one out that I would want to play as opposed to the one I already played. You know, it's like,
honestly, I do think a big fat check from Google probably helped this.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because if there's going to be a lot of people who are interested in AC Odyssey, there's going to be a lot of people who are also interested in all of the other games that come out recently.
Right.
So it's a really good way to both garner interest in playing the game and buying it on your platform of choice, but also a good thing for Google for people to actually want to sign up to possibly play this game for free. Yeah,
because if it was something like Forza 6, it'd be like, I'm not even gonna try Project Stream because like I don't care. I'm playing another Forza game. But you tell me a brand new game is on there and I can try it for free. All right, yeah, and then it works. So 2 thumbs up for Project Stream so far.
Project Stream better than expected.
Yeah, much better than expected.
About as expected, or maybe a little better.
As good as expected. Yeah, which is still 2 thumbs up.
My big question for this is. You live in California.
I do.
I live in New York.
Yep.
What about the people who live in Kansas?
Right. And I think that's
going to be the big
real question. Yeah.
Market.
When you live with somewhere that has, maybe you have high speed, but maybe it's not the super fastest. What is that experience like? Does it just look a little worse? You know, do they turn down the graphical settings to keep it running smoothly? Does it run at 30 frames but still looks good? You know, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Stability-wise, what happens if it drops? Does it automatically pause the game? What happens in games like roguelikes if you can't pause the game and you get a stability hitch? That's going to be... There's so many potential issues on the way. I think they've made a good choice with the game they chose. I just want to hear the feedback from the quote-unquote flyover states.
Yeah. Yeah, what do we call him? Joe Q, Street Fighter fan?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Next up, Forza Horizon 4. I got the Carlton, so I'm done playing.
Yep. I saw you tweet that, and it made me laugh.
Yeah, I didn't play a ton this week. I did get to level 10 of the green ones. Cross country?
Yeah, so green ones is cross country, orange is off road.
Yeah. Yes. I get those two confused often. So that is an achievement that is way rarer than I was expecting. It was like a 2.6%.
Yeah, for completing the Titan?
No, that one is pretty popular, but you can complete the Titan at like level 8. Level 10 is the other achievement, but odd. But Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, so I just mostly want to talk about the Carlton because I finally got it, and it is super fast and it is hilarious.
Super dumb.
Yeah, I love it. Destiny 2, just a little bit this week. I played a lot, but it's a lot of inside baseball. First up, the murder mystery for Festival of the Lost has started. Who
murdered the guy who played the guy in Firefly? I don't know, The Fallen.
Oh no, that's not. So it's another murder. We knew who killed that dude.
I can't even remember his name. That's how little
6.
impact it had on me. That's the one.
Yeah. So the guy. You played this on European Dead Zone. You know the British sniper guy that's like the vendor there, Devrim K.
Yes.
At the top of that church. He voiced a character in Destiny 1. He voiced the Cryptarch, the guy who decrypts engrams, in The Reef.
Okay, so he was one of the DLC Cryptarchs. Okay.
Yeah, so like a super minor character. But he didn't come back for Destiny 2 because you can't have that guy voice. He's such a distinctive voice. You can't have him voice two people. So Bungie, when they brought back the Reef as part of the, it's not really the Reef, but they're starting to bring back some of those NPCs. Their solution to this problem is, what if someone murdered him? It's like, okay, cool. Like, now we get to go figure out who murdered this Cryptarch, who seemed like a pretty cool dude. The quest line started as a cautionary tale again. People data mine the database of Destiny 2 all the time. Anyone can do it. You don't need access.
Because they want those sweet leaks for sweet future DLC, so they can get the sweet numbers on their sweet websites.
Exactly.
Sweet.
And a lot of stuff. I don't know why people haven't learned this from Destiny 1. There's a rocket launcher in Destiny 1 that looked super stupid, and had been in there since nearly day one, and it never launched until Destiny 2, and that was the Wardcliff coil. You would think that would be a cautionary tale to say, just because it's in the database, maybe doesn't mean we're ever gonna get it.
Yeah.
So, in the database for this murder mystery, at the end of it is Thunderlord. One of my top three guns from Destiny 1. I want it back so badly. And all the signs point to, finish this murder mystery, you'll get Thunderlord. And then that will lead into that type of weapon coming back with this next piece of DLC, probably in December.
Okay.
So leaks have been, Thunderlord is coming. It was this last Tuesday.
Is it leaks or leaks?
It's in the database, so it's not really leaks. Like, you can go in there and you have the icon, the exotic icon in the game that's the exact same one from the first game. So it's like, Thunderlord is in here somewhere. But what everyone was saying is, all right, this murder mystery's coming out, we're getting Thunderlord. This is a great exercise about expectations.
Did Bungie troll everybody?
Yeah, it's a 3-week quest. So you do some stuff during 1 week, and then, like a lot of these exotic quests, you do a bunch of stuff. The first week on this happened to be very easy. And the Destiny community being what it was, figured out a way to bypass it in literally 5 minutes. And then
it's an online community for a video game, so snap it and break it above your knee, and
then immediately get upset because you have to wait 6 hours and 6 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes to get the next step, as opposed to just play the game and do the thing. So the level of salt on the community, I've been basking in it, because I want Thunderlord back probably more than anybody. It's a 3-week quest. I find that really funny.
Yeah.
There's no other way to treat it other than, this is really great. Now on Tuesday, I get to see what the next step is.
Honestly, I think between the Destiny community, the Rocket League community, the Rainbow Six community, and the Blizzard community, we could set new land speed records anywhere on the planet.
Yep.
Because they're just covered in salt. It's ridiculous.
How many meats do you need to cure? We got it. On the other hand, on the other side of the spectrum, I've been playing a lot of Gambit this week because there's a special rare boss that spawns. Kill that boss. It starts an exotic quest to get the hand cannon and malfeasance. They just patched it in.
That sounds like a Disney villain, just so you know.
I know, it's really great. They drastically buffed the appearance rate of that boss, so I was able to start and finish that quest this week.
Nice.
I have malfeasance. It's a hand cannon. It's special because it shoots infected slugs as opposed to bullets. Is
this a bit like the hand cannon from Destiny 1 that shot like ninja kunai instead of actual bullets?
Which one was that?
I have no idea. It was vanilla Destiny, I know that much.
It's sort of the the successor to Thorn, the very
that
famous.
might be the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Thorn was that did damage over time. This is sort of a successor to it. I'll just say this: lore, and we'll leave it at that.
The more you lore.
Yeah, really good lore, and some potentially very impactful stuff for the future of Destiny, but lore. It fires infected slugs. You pop 5 of these into a person, they explode.
That's kind of cool.
It's really satisfying. It makes such a... One of the biggest problems with Destiny 2's exotic weapons is they don't feel mean enough or punchy enough. This feels really good. This feels like you're firing off some real impactful shots.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel really badly using it if I didn't have to work so hard to get it, because it is really strong, especially in Gambit.
Curiosity, do the 5 slugs need to come from just you, or can 3 people put 2 slugs each into somebody and watch them blow up?
I don't know. Not a lot of people have the gun because it's so ridiculously hard to get. So, as an example, it has 3 main steps. I won't go over all of them because they're a little bit inside baseball. The one step, though, the one that's going to cause a lot of issues for everyone, it's like win 10. There's 2 objectives. One is win 10 matches, whatever. You just do that over time. The other one is you need to deposit 400 motes over time.
Is this the one where when you drop motes, it subtracts it by 2?
Yes, it subtracts double. So you put in 15, yay, 15. You drop 15, you lose 30.
Yep.
So to say that's difficult is a bit of an understatement. So there's some really tough PvE stuff. There's really tough Gambit stuff. There's no PvP stuff. So the number of people that don't have it, the number of people that have it is right now it's in the sub 1% of players' numbers. So I'm hoping to find out, because it's really good against Gambit bosses. I'm curious to see if there's ever another person that's also using it. Do those effects kind of compound upon each other?
Yeah.
But yeah, so far it's one of those few weapons where you go through a big, tough exotic quest and you get it and you start playing with it and you're like, oh, okay, this is actually good. Like Thorn from Destiny 1. You go through this now famous, horrific experience to get it, and you're sort of like,
yep.
All right, this thing is strong. Like, all right, that was terrible. This is 100% worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So nice to see there's still some of that. And last but not least, I tried the Tetris Effect demo, the weekend demo. Tetris Effect is really, really interesting. So for anyone that doesn't know, it's a Tetris game made by the guy that made Luminous and Rez.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting to see the DNA of those 2 games influencing Tetris Effect. Because at its core, Tetris Effect is a standard modern Tetris game. It controls exactly how today's Tetris games work. T-spin, holding blocks, push up to drop all the way down. You know whether you like that or not. There are no options to change it to classic Tetris. It seems very much like Tetris Company is beyond that. This is modern Tetris. Get used to it. Yeah.
I want Tetris wrapped around a sphere again, because that game was incredible.
Yeah, that game was crazy. But what's so interesting is in this game you have sections of, in the journey mode, you have sections of 3 levels that you play through at a time, and it's like, I think to get from one level to the next you have to clear 50 lines. So you're basically clearing 150 lines total over 3 stages.
Mm-hmm.
But like Lumines, the Tetramino's color and design changes between each one of those stages. The backgrounds change, the music changes, the musical cues, all that stuff changes. And then like Rez, the better you do and the further you get in each one of these stages, it's almost like the stage starts to blossom in the background. It starts to grow bigger and grow more complex and come out of the screen at you. It's also playable in PSVR, which with his games, it's like the one time where I'm like, I really wish I had VR because I want to see this thing come at me.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see those two games and those two series influence something as I don't want to say simple, but as well known as Tetris, because everyone has played a Tetris game, and most people have their favorite Tetris game at this point.
Yep. It's Tetrisphere.
Yeah, Tetrisphere is really good. Journey mode is really interesting, and I think it's nice to see that they had two other modes unlocked. One which was just endless, which is just get to 150 lines as fast as you can, and it's going to get faster over time.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is a mode I can't remember the name of, and I forgot to look it up as soon as we started. But every so often, it seems like it's based around the number of lines. It puts an effect on your playthrough.
Wait. Tetris effect on your playthrough.
Right. Haha. And some of these are really interesting. I wrote down some of them. One of them was it zooms the screen in really close, so the entire screen is filled up with the Tetris playfield grid. I don't know. It will give you the same piece 7 times in a row.
Okay.
Yeah. It will flip the screen upside down while flipping the controls, and it'll do that for 7 pieces.
Okay.
It'll take a section of your blocks and flip it horizontally, which could be good or really bad. Like it's all these effects that are really fun, and they don't fundamentally change how Tetris is played, but it's enough of a twist on it that's the mode I could see myself playing. You have your mode where it's sort of like, I'm going to chill out, listen to some really good music, or I'm just going to see how far I can get at, the standard difficulty level. But
yeah.
I feel like this is the one that is probably going to be the most fun to play, especially long term, because it just puts the screws to you a little bit without really feeling that mean. Like getting 7 of the same piece in a row, that's not insurmountable. That's not impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you're all the way at the top of the screen, then you have larger problems. But
yeah, then that's not going to be the issue, is whether or not you can stick the 7 bricks in at all.
Right. But Tetris Effect seems really great. 4K looks great. HDR looks really good, even though it doesn't have the white level, black level balance, which is really weird. I don't understand that. But it looks really solid. To me, I don't know if it's a day one purchase because it's $40.
To be honest, it's about right though for Tetris games these days. I mean,
right.
Puyo Puyo Tetris was $60, I think.
Yeah, but there were a ton of modes in that though, and I think one of the problems I have with the demo is understanding all the modes in the game and how much longevity that might have. I don't feel like I understand that yet, so it's not a day one purchase. But if a bunch of reviews come out and say like, all right, we've been playing this for weeks and we're not going to stop anytime, and here's all the modes, and the Giant Bomb Quick Look shows it's 2 hours long, then at that point I'm like, all right, here's my $40. I'll play a bunch of Tetris.
Are you ready to feel a little stupid?
Sure.
Because that mode that you're talking about, it's called Effect Mode.
Ah, crap. Yeah. That's on brand for me.
And
yeah.
it says it's divided into 4 categories: relaxed, focus, classic, and adventurous. So whichever one of them was probably available in the
demo.
In the demo. That's the one I was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, it seems really great. I'm really interested in it. I'd love to support the developers. They've done a really good job at making a modern Tetris game, and not like something. Puyo Puyo Tetris is a really great example. That's a cool thing of like chocolate and peanut butter together being really, but sort of better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah,
being something that's insane. I like the Tetris Effect is here's standard Tetris, and then additional modes. Yeah,
yeah, it's got a sprinkling of insane on top.
Right, and it's more like, here's Tetris that we've made look and sound really great. But that's all I've been playing this week, so let's take a break. I don't know why she needs to vacuum when I'm recording. I'm gonna have some bread.
I'm gonna go pee.
Alright, I'll sit here and talk to chat. Hi everyone in chat.
I sounded like a dying seal then for some reason.
Apologies for everyone, I haven't eaten yet today. It's 3:30 here. Gonna eat a little bit. How's everyone in chat doing? I'll hang out while I talk about check out some news stories. League of Legends made a K-pop video. Okay, that's not the headline I was expecting to read. Hey there, James in YouTube chat, and Maximus Prime. Hey, how's everyone doing? Rumor about a YouTube app coming to Switch. I think I want a Netflix app, not a YouTube app. Yeah, chat just takes a second to come up. It's that horrible Twitch delay. No. Something about Smash Brothers. Fortnite's mysterious cube Kevin has exploded in a live event. God, I love this Fortnite lore that's going on. I don't understand any of it. I really loved it. Hold on, let's ban someone real quick. Bye, Felicia. It's just, don't be racist in chat. I'm asking for so little. Okay. Classic.
You having a chugging competition with yourself there?
Yes. Yum yum yum.
Yum 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 yum.
Who's trying to call me? Oh, Mac, it wasn't you. It was someone in Mixer chat decided to come and be racist. Just had to ban them. You know, another stream, another racist asshole in Mixer.
I saw porn mentioned at one point, so that was fun.
Yeah. Boston, have you ever considered bringing on the RPG crew from PUP to TVGP? Yeah, I've been thinking about PUP lately and what to do about it. One of the options is roll RPG Love into sort of under the TVGP banner. But I'm not sure how much that gains anybody. I don't know, PUP is... I was talking about it last night with Musum a little bit. PUP is in a weird spot since it's so focused on RPGs and all of us are in our mid to late 30s. We don't have time for RPGs.
Yes, my motto comes back.
Right. So, making an entertaining show, it used to be easier to make PUP because there's never been a lot of RPG news in general.
But now everything's an RPG.
Yeah, like, everything's a roguelike. I think making PUP is going to be harder and harder, so I'm not really sure what to do. He says, I really like those two, plus I'm sure they play other stuff. Yeah, I would bring... Mina has her focus on her live streams and her YouTube stuff, so I think a regular episode is probably out of the question for her. And I think I don't want to speak for Musum, but he still seems a little bit burnt out from the carousel, so I'm not sure if jumping into another weekly show is going to be in his interest either. That's one of the things that I think makes it easier to make Pup, is that it's just a monthly thing, and we can get together for 2 to 4 hours every month and talk about some RPGs and hang out a bit, and then sort of go our separate ways. But
I'm assuming that was when Kat was playing with the cat.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Maximus Prime says, I was totally confused. It's hard to be racist when you're multiracial. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Possible, but difficult.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're still, to be fair, we're still pulling back the curtain a little bit. We're always on the lookout for a third chair, because I think it overall improves the show more often than it doesn't. But there's just nobody right now that, one, has the time to commit. There are two really hard points for a lot of people. One is the time. You commit every single week, and the expectation is you're on every week. Two is whether or not they want to be on camera. For a lot of people, that's a deal breaker. I don't always understand it, but for them it is, and that's fine. But a deal breaker for the show is you have to be on camera. And trying to find someone that we get along with, that complements the show that we have already, because the show is in a stable position right now. Those three things are really hard. And Maximus Prime says a third chair would be great. Yeah, I mean, my dream would always be for the Hannah to come back, because I really loved him being on the show, but the amount of time that he has to dedicate to all this stuff is very low, so, which is understandable. No hard feelings there. Maybe we'll just have a blast from the past. We'll bring back Brad. That'd be funny. All right.
Go really off the wall and get Ryan. Talk about the sports games again.
Yeah. I ran across... It was like some super pre-show stuff. I ran across some a couple weeks ago. It's in the Outcast for any patrons. Ran across some old show notes from like 2010 or something. Ryan had played like 15 games. Just like, what the hell happened?
Well, dude, it was like me before I got my wonderful, gorgeous job that I work now, where I do stupid hours every week.
Right.
It's like, if I look at my early show notes, like this week I got what 6 games.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
Yeah.
Little bit ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, thanks, James, for the question. Yeah, it's something that's always in my mind, because I feel like the show is good with 2 people and often is really great with 3 people. But the other hard thing to balance too is Moon and I are making another show alongside this as well every Sunday. So either we have someone who isn't a part of that show and is part of the main show, but then we're increasing the amount of time, the raw amount of time that we're on for TVGP, which is fine, but down the production channel, that increases the amount of time for everything else, editing and posting and video and all that stuff. So it's sort of an exponential time increase. So
it's also about lining up schedules as well, because one of the things with WRLI is we don't know how long an episode's going to take for that. Yep. So then do we bump that to the after show of TVGP? Do we bump
tell
that
someone
beforehand?
to sit there for like, it's going to be like 15 to 45 minutes, but stay at your computer, you know, like that sucks for that person. Yeah. It's just tough. As the E1M1 continues to grow, we run into growing pains.
Yep.
I had to start a document repository this week. That's not something we've had in 10 years. Just because, it's there are expectations and requirements for the show of like how do you export audio and stuff like that I've kept in my head and never written down. So that was
stuff
fun.
like fonts and stuff for potential future T-shirt designs, layouts, stuff like that. What colors do we use? What's the CMYK? What's the what Pantone references this?
Right. I've also been thinking about you bringing a guest on every week or whenever you can, such as fans or people from other shows or people you know. Yeah, I'd really like to do that. A lot of that is scheduling too. Because Sunday is just it's a good day for Moon and I, and it's a bad day for a lot of people. A lot of people have religious obligations, or it's their one family day, or it's their meal prep day. It's like Sunday is the common denominator for a lot of people being busy with stuff, or like Game of Thrones or football or whatever. Like that Sunday's blocked off for a lot of people, and it's tough to say like you're show up 1 p.m. Pacific every Sunday, and they're like, yeah, but so. All right, you ready to wrap this thing up?
Yes. Do we get to put a bow on it? Say Happy Christmas.
We
See you
can.
in the new year.
Yeah.
Are we ready to record top 10 like right now?
No. Actually,
how far away is that, by the way?
Yeah, just for Moon. Everyone else ignore this. We have to schedule that pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because we've got a month until we probably record it.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrified. Yeah. Like, I'm genuinely terrified of how many games I still have to play.
Hey, we still have to do
predictions
too. Yeah, I haven't even started on that.
Nope, me neither.
Yikes. All right, let's get started here in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of November 5th, 2018. Moonlighter comes out on the Switch. Comes out digitally on Tuesday, and comes out physically like over the weekend for PS4 and Switch. So don't freak out if it's not at Best Buy on Tuesday. So they've been doing a lot of patching to this game. I feel like it's still a really good game that needs a lot of TLC for just quality of life stuff. Them adding New Game Plus is a huge benefit and is going to go a long way. But the PS4 trophies are still bugged. So please fix that at some point. Rogue Legacy also comes out to the Switch. That's a really great game, if anyone hasn't played it.
That's the genealogy one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
The, like, platforming roguelike genealogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That game is really good. Full Metal Furies comes out on the Switch. This is the game, I can never remember what game they made before this.
That's me.
Full Metal Furies. This is what's their company? This is the frustrating one. Is their first game was really big, and Rogue Legacy.
There you go.
Rogue Legacy was a massive hit, and they made another game, and it almost closed the company. It flopped so poorly.
Oh wow!
And most people. One of the biggest problems is no one remembers it's a Rogue Legacy team, and nobody knows it came out. So that's frustrating. So I might check it out on Switch to help them out. Grip comes out on Switch and PS4. There was that PS1 game called...
I know the one you're thinking of, because I used to love it.
Yeah, where you drive on the top of the track too. Spiritual successor to that.
Yeah. Give me a good Extreme G, guys. Come on.
Yeah, why? I feel like I'm surprised there isn't like an indie Extreme G.
Future Motorsports seems to have died a death. We've got re-releases and remakes of the same old Wipeout games.
Yeah.
Extreme G's gone. F-Zero is basically non-existent except for a Smash Brothers level at this point.
Right. What a bummer. Forza Horizon 4 is good.
Yeah, it is. But it's no Extreme G.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this game's name. Deracine? It's From Software is putting out a PSVR title, which
have fun with that, guys.
Yeah, and for me it's unpronounceable. So I don't. Yeah, I'm interested to see whatever the hell this thing is going to be.
Yeah.
A World of Final Fantasy Maxima comes out for PC, Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. This is, I think this is the first time it's been on PC and Switch. The previous one might have come out on PC before. Basically, it's an expansion of World of Final Fantasy, more levels and characters and summons and stuff like that. There is an upgrade path if you already own it. I think it's only like $15 or $20, so you don't have to go buy the new version. You can just buy the DLC.
Yeah.
But I might check this out on Switch because I played the demo of the non-Maxima version, and it's pretty fun. It's a good nostalgia trip. Valiant Hearts of the Great War comes out on the Switch. This is Ubisoft's World War I super bummer adventure game.
Oh, okay. Not the other Valiant Hearts.
Right. That's...
or whatever it's called. Valiant something.
Yeah, what was that one called?
Not the really cool RPG action thing.
Yeah, God, I love that. I love that game, too. Yeah, I don't know. And last but not least, Tetris Effect comes out digitally and physically this week. I think on Friday. Okay, let's move on to news stories. BlizzCon 2018 happened this past week, which snuck up on me for some reason. And during their keynote, they announced a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to skip over some of the stuff, like a new character for Heroes of the Storm and a new character for Overwatch. You know, that's a new expansion for Hearthstone. That stuff isn't super exciting. What is super exciting is Destiny 2 is free to keep on Battle.net until the 18th of this month. So go download it, and it's yours for free, the base game.
Yeah, so they're doing exactly what they did on PlayStation Plus.
Yep, but the new benefit now is, if you buy Forsaken, you get all the DLC. So for $40, you get the first 2 DLC packs and Forsaken. So go scoop it up, peeps. It runs and looks so great on PC. They did announce that WoW Classic will launch in 2019 for all current WoW subscribers.
I could not care less.
I'm so interested, not in WoW Classic, because I lived through that hell, in real time. I'm so interested to see people that think they want to go back to WoW Classic.
Oh yeah,
going and playing it and being like, oh, we have come along. The last 13 years have been really good to WoW, and going back is not good.
Yeah, it's going to be like, it will get like huge numbers week 1, huge numbers week 2, and then a very rapid off a cliff jump.
Yep, a new patch comes out for current WoW, and it's like, screw that thing. Here's a new dungeon. The one interesting thing they have come out and said that not all the raids won't be available day one. It'll be like Molten Core will be there, and then later on they'll release the second phase of raids, and then later on the third. So they have like 4 phases of raids they're going to release, and all the unlocking events will be live again for all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. But
by the way, were we thinking of Vagrant Story instead of Valiant, by any chance?
No, Vagrant Story is also cool too. I'm thinking of the JRPG with the spinning wheel for when you pick your attacks. I'll look it up. Warcraft 3 Reforged was announced. This is a remaster / remake of Warcraft 3. So this is interesting because I read an interview with some of the people in charge of the Warcraft 3 team. And they said when they went to go talk to people about StarCraft and remastering that, they said, leave StarCraft alone. Just give us a modern launcher, better, PvP, better matchmaking, Battle.net inclusion, all that stuff. But leave the core alone. That stuff still feels good.
Yeah. When
they talked to the same types of people for Warcraft 3, the thing they heard was, we're not done with Warcraft 3. Like, you need to... That's a good base, but you need to keep expanding on top of it.
Wasn't Warcraft 3 the last one before World came out?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, there hasn't been another Warcraft RTS after 3. So they started off with all the mods for Warcraft 3 are still going to work. They're going to have cross-play. So multiplayer mods, all that stuff will play between the old and the new version. And then they're going to make it look better, and they're going to keep expanding it. The one thing that I thought was really interesting is it's obviously going to be remastered. They're also going to do a little bit of remake stuff on the story. Some people are calling it retconning, which they'll probably do some of. But the lore has advanced so much in World of Warcraft that some of the stuff is outdated in Warcraft 3. So they're going to massage that stuff to bring it in line with the lore that's current in World of Warcraft.
Okay, so they're going to Star Wars Legends it.
A little bit, yeah. And they're mostly saying that, like, Sylvanas is going to have a bigger part to play because she's the main focus of the current patch and the current expansion in World of Warcraft. And she plays a much, much, much bigger part of the Warcraft universe. So that makes sense. So that seems pretty interesting. I don't have as much love for Warcraft 3 as I do for 2, so this announcement personally is sort of like, okay, you remade 3, that's cool. Like, even if they remade Warcraft 2, I probably wouldn't play it. Like, I've got too much other stuff, but...
Yeah, it's a remake of an RTS, and as much as I genuinely adore RTSs,
yeah,
I'm not in a rush to play any of them very soon.
Right. And last but not least... the game that apparently only I am excited to play, and I've signed up for the pre-release of it, Diablo Immortal was announced. This is the mobile Diablo game, which before I watched the trailer, I thought it was basically going to be mobile Diablo 3, and it's more like a mobile Diablo experience that is sort of changed a little bit to work on mobile. It has all the classes and all the skills, and it's Diablo. Like, it's just on your phone.
Please tell me it's like a Nonstop Night.
God, no, that'd be great. People would still be pissed off about it, but that would be really great. Nonstop Diablo would be really good.
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah. I'm excited to try it out because I'm excited to see them branch out to more mobile stuff, especially for their big tentpole franchises. Like, if they were going to put out a Warcraft mobile game, I'd be interested to see what that is. And the trailer for Diablo Immortal looks pretty good.
I'd be interested in seeing that too, but it would just end up being like that Command and Conquer game when you slap Warcraft mobile onto it. I don't want to see Command and Conquer or Westwood Studios in front of a mobile game.
I would expect Blizzard to put out something good, though. My expectations of EA is less, to put it mildly.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, this is the thing that seems to have blown up on my social media feeds, is a bunch of people complaining about this. I have zero. I don't have zero. I have minimal love for the Diablo series, but just like Ghostbusters, just like Star Wars, just like everything else, your version's there to play. You want to play it, go play that. Stop complaining.
Well, the really interesting thing is Blizzard didn't... They very clearly, before BlizzCon, came out and said, we're not having a big announcements this year. Like, it's going to be a lot of patches, and it's going to be a lot of smaller titles. It's not going to be a Diablo 4. Don't get your expectations up. A lot like we talked about with Destiny 2, people got their expectations up. And Blizzard very quickly came out afterwards and was like, hey man, we're working on a bunch of other Diablo games. So if you're looking for a more traditional Diablo game, I'm pretty sure we're working on that. Wink. You know, and it's very much like, we're not announcing Diablo 4, but you're sure as poops we're working on it.
Yeah.
And to see, this is one of those few instances where I am genuinely shocked that the vocal minority is so overwhelmingly vocal about their distaste of something that is not made for them, and them being upset at that it's a little bit not frustrating, it's a little infuriating, because I'm so tired of this. Hey, we're gonna try something different, and all these 20 to 30-year-old white dudes start getting their hackles raised on the internet, saying like, "Why? I never asked for a Diablo mobile game." It's like, cool, then go play Diablo 3. It just got released on the Switch, and it's really great.
I also bet you didn't ask for Diablo 1 or 2 until you played them.
Right.
So, STFU, and get out of here.
The thing I said, I think it was on Twitter, was a company like Blizzard can't win, because if they try something new, oh, it's not the Diablo that I wanted, I can't believe you, blah, blah, blah. If they go back and they remaster Diablo 2, well, I don't want you to remaster an old Diablo, I want a new Diablo. And it's just like, well, which one is it? Like, what do you want us to do? So I'm very excited for Diablo Immortal. I think it seems like a cool thing. I know some, here, they're in air quotes for anyone listening to the audio version, internet sleuths have found that this looks like a version of a Chinese mobile title that maybe Blizzard is working with to sort of fix up and make a new Diablo game and come out here. That's not a problem. No, that's mobile games.
That's games, period. Because at the end of the day, every single game is built on a framework from the previous game that was developed. If you want to see what
Unity or Unreal Engine, like,
if you
don't
want
be
to
like
see,
Square and make a new engine.
I was just going to say, if you want to see what happens when you have to start from scratch every single time you want to release a game, go ask Square about their release schedule.
Exhibit A, Final Fantasy 15.
Exhibit B, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Yeah. Exhibit C, Kingdom Hearts 3. Exhibit D, every game Square has made for God knows how long.
God, yeah. So bad. Ever since Final Fantasy 6, let's be honest.
Yeah. New engines from the ground up, new everything for every single Final Fantasy game. It's ridiculous.
Yep. And the mobile market moves too fast. You can't do it. So men on the internet, be quiet. Sit back down. Last news story we have here, surprisingly, Nintendo had an investor call, which is not the surprising part, but they reiterated their commitment to the 3DS.
Yeah, I get the feeling that's smoke and mirrors.
Well, here's what's really interesting, because some of the investors were saying, like, you know, the Switch is obviously doing very well. What's the future plan for the 3DS? Because it seems like this is the natural time to sort of start sending it off to the farm. You know, like it's been doing
sunsetting
very well.
is the term.
Yeah, yes, exactly. You know, it wouldn't be out of the question to start sunsetting this hardware. And Nintendo doubled down and they said, look, the 3DS is the main tentpoles of it is it's affordable, portable, and lightweight.
Yep.
So
and durable as well, based on how many kids have got their mitts on it.
100%. Comparing that to the Switch, which is not as affordable, it's semi-portable, it's less lightweight, but it is definitely, and not the thing you want your kid to bring on a bus ride for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And the battery isn't going to last. You know, Nintendo's saying, like, look, we have the Switch, sort of our premier experience, and we have the 3DS, which has a huge library of titles, has the 3DS shop, you know, and the hardware is, you have your 2DS, which is really great for kids, you have your standard 3DS and all the 50 million colors. It's doing really well for us, so we're just going to keep sticking with it. They did... Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so Nintendo are homeschooling their child right the way through high school, keeping it close to base, whereas Sony took their child and dropped her off at a fire station about a month after it came out.
And said, I don't want this anymore. Well, and the really interesting thing that Nintendo was really honest about, they said, the only way we would fast-track sunsetting 3DS is if we can figure out a way to have one household buy multiple Switches. That's the only way that you flip that market around for Nintendo, because buying multiple 3DSs, that's not a super huge thing, because they're portable and every kid gets one. Now go to your room and shut up. Yeah.
At one point, I myself had 5 DSs.
Right. Like, at some point, you just start to collect them accidentally. Like,
yeah.
But buying multiple Switches, right now that seems like a tough prospect. So unless they can figure out how to crack that part of the marketplace, then the 3DS fills that part of their market, and it's still doing really well. So I don't know why they would get rid of it when it's still selling. Unlike the Vita, where it's not doing well, that makes sense to sunset it. So interesting. But let's move on to some questions here. Maximus Prime in Discord says, I loved the companion app craze a few years back. In my opinion, for every bad one, there were 4 or 5 good ones and 1 amazing one. How did you guys feel about them? If you liked them, which has been your favorite? And if you couldn't stand them, which ones were your worst?
Dead Rising 3 was really good.
Oh, so I never used that one.
Metal Gear Solid 5, I think, was mentioned in Discord, and that has an incredible one.
That one was fun. Yeah, I played with that a little bit. My
was it
problem
5
is
or was it?
I never want to use those things as a map. Like, I like the Destiny 2 companion app because I can move gear and I can look at my bounties and I can look at some stuff. I can read the lore in the game and I can do all that stuff. But it doesn't have like the planetary map, which I feel like is the default go-to for a lot of these games. Just like, pull out your tablet, put it in your lap, it has the map on it. It's like, well, I can just hit the touchpad and I get what they're going for, but
the Battlefield companion app was great because it let you do commander mode from the app.
Oh, okay.
Which was essentially you could jump in and kind of like the thing that they always talked about with like the companion apps for like the Division, where it's like you can be a drone and spot people and fire missiles. That's exactly what the Battlefield 3 companion app allowed you to do, was jump in and be a commander.
That's cool.
In these games, and you could like drop missiles and stuff depending on what points people had captured. You could basically put like a scan thing in an area so everyone was marked on the radar for anybody in that area.
Wow.
It's like, oh, you're struggling to capture this point, boop, now you know where everybody is, go kill them.
Right. That's pretty cool. I feel like we so often don't see companion apps that do fundamental stuff to the game. Like Fallout 4's companion app, it showed the Pip-Boy on your phone. Yay!
It was really great and tiny and impossibly difficult to navigate.
And pretty useless. Like there's a better interface in the game that you're already playing. Like,
yep. Grand Theft Auto 5's was horrendously disappointing.
And just really poorly made.
Speaking of poorly made, let's talk about Red Dead 2's companion app.
Oh, is it bad?
Literally doesn't run on anything unless it's brand new.
Great. Good job. Oh, what a bummer. But yeah, I feel like this is the first time since maybe the original wave of companion apps that I've seen a number of them come out all at the same time. Where like people are focused on Red Dead has a companion app, and it's like, okay, I thought we were done being excited about those, but okay, sort of happy to see them back.
I can usually tell how good companion apps are by how many I still have installed on my phone.
Right.
And considering I have my phone is relatively new, I have 0 companion apps installed. Let me tell you about the best companion app of all, the Xbox companion app on your phone.
Such a good app. It's literally the polar opposite of the PlayStation app. Where PlayStation app, I now have to have 4 individual apps installed on my phone, and half of them, when I open it, sometimes they just don't work. But the Xbox app is so good.
I have one PlayStation app installed on my phone, and it told me I got a message, and I knew it was from a spam account.
Oh yeah.
But I hit the notification to tell me I had a message, and it took me to the Play Store so I could install the messaging app. I was like, nope, go away with your stupid notifications.
What's the worst is all that stuff used to be in the PlayStation app, and they've just started breaking them out. Don't do that. I don't want a bunch of apps. I want one.
I want one that does
like the green
my
one.
friends. It does my messages. Yep. It does my captures. It does the store. I can search. I can redeem codes.
Yep.
The only thing I can't do on my Xbox companion app is edit clips.
Right, which like maybe soon. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
T-Bomb Rocks has a couple questions for us from Discord. There's 4 big releases left to finish the year out. Oof.
5.
Just Cause 4, which I sort of forgot was coming out.
It's late November, early December, so it will not be included in our Game of the Year lists.
Fallout 76, which I think is coming out
next week or
weeks?
something. I don't know.
Yeah. Hitman 2, which I would love to play. And Darksiders 3, which until I just read it here, totally forgot was coming out this year.
One he forgot, which was mentioned 2 lines below in Discord, Battlefield 5.
Oh, God, yeah, Battlefield 5. I didn't even think that was coming out this year. Oof,
So,
yeah.
let's rate these in order of how well they will sell. Fallout 76, number 1. Battlefield 5, number 2.
Hitman 2 is number 3.
Hitman 2, 3.
Just Cause 4 is probably 4, and Darksiders 3 is probably the bottom of the list. Just...
Yeah.
Not because it won't be good, but just because it won't sell enough.
Look at the name cachet attached to everything else on that list.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, I am actually excited about all of them.
Yeah.
I will not be able to play them all.
No.
Or buy them all, but all of them are on my I kind of want to play those games lists.
For me, it's just Darksiders 3. I'm not really interested in any of the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved the Battlefield series just cause I literally have full gamer score on every single Just Cause game.
Yeah.
So that tells you how pumped I am about that.
I'm hoping this one is good because I've never really gotten into a Just Cause game. I'd like to... Academically, I'd like to play one just to, like, see how crazy it is, and I like open world games, but compared to the rest of that stuff.
To be honest, the best way to get into the Just Cause games is to not care. Do a little bit of the grindy bit at the start until you can get yourself a launcher, rockets, grenades, or whatever, because the aiming in those games is not great. But then the second you have yourself a launcher, aiming goes out the window.
Start blowing everything up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start hookshotting giant slabs of concrete to tankers and then swinging them around like Fast 5 just with the safe chase.
Yeah.
Those games are insane. And this game has weather weapons just to make you that much more interested.
It's one of those things you hear and you're like, yep, okay. Yep,
it fits.
That fits perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. My my wingsuit now has like rockets attached to it?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
I love it. The fantastic Castlevania animated series has been renewed for a 3rd season already, which is great. I need to start that show now.
I need to watch the 2nd season. The 1st season's so good.
Yeah, I heard the 2nd. I've seen some people say, like, Season 2, Episode 6, oh my god. And it's like, don't tell me more, but, like, I just need to start watching that now.
Yeah.
The same writer is rumored to be working on the Legend of Zelda animated series as well. If that is successful, what is the next video game property to get an animated series on Netflix?
Duke Nukem.
My serious answer is Mass Effect.
Oh, that's really good.
I feel like you take that whole lore and everything.
Imagine Mass Effect in the Cowboy Bebop style.
Yeah, sold.
It kind of fits.
Yep. I just think, I think when I think of Mass Effect, I think just the universe and the story and the characters and all the races. Like, you don't even need to have it be a human. You can focus on a Turian or something. Like, you can tell a cool side story, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
Have you ever seen the fan-made TIE Fighter animation?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I will send you that after the show.
Okay.
It's literally, I think it was one or two dudes, basically made a, like, I think it's a couple of minutes, like, Star Wars, like, TIE Fighter, X-Wing kind of fight, like, hand-drawn anime.
Wow.
And it's insanely good.
That's crazy.
But in all seriousness now, Duke Nukem, give him an anime. Give him a Fist of the North Star style anime, whether it's the post-apocalyptic world, the pig cops, everything to do with his humor. It could work in an anime, whereas I don't think it works in anything else these days.
Yeah. Man, what else? Legend of Zelda is a really interesting choice. I almost don't know how you tell that story, but I'm really interested. I could have said the same thing about Castlevania, and that seems to be working out really well. So,
well, it helps that Castlevania Season 1 is essentially a retelling of some of the best bits of Castlevania games.
Right.
Like, they stuck pretty close to the lore for the first season, so I like that. I'm trying to think of other games that would go really well. This is The Police.
Yeah, you can make that a cool, like, corrupt cop story.
Yeah, noir anime style.
Yeah. That'd be kind of neat. Good. God, I want to play This is the Police too.
I do too. But
I'm simmering on it, where it's just like, do I spend $40 on that, or do I buy Tetris Effect, or Life is Strange 2, or Assassin's Creed Odyssey? You know, like,
yeah. I literally have a post-it note attached to this monitor that says, "This is the Police 2," just to remind me that it exists.
Right.
And I should probably buy it at some point soon.
Yeah. I should start a list of 2018 games I've missed and like just put it somewhere obvious, like right here on the wall behind me. It's just like, all right, here's my 2018 game hit list.
Yeah, in my notepad, I actually, anytime I go through, watch like Giant Bomb videos, if I watch a quick look that I'm interested in, I know I'll forget that within about 10 minutes after that quick look ending. So I always make a note of it and add it to my list of games I'm interested in and what they're based off. Yeah. So if it's like, This is the Police as a prime example, I've got a notepad around here that says that name with quick look written next to it to remind me where I got my interest for it from.
In us just talking about games we missed in 2018, really great Netflix animated show would be Hitman.
Oh,
1 hour long episodes, make it this cool, sneaky
not
subterfuge.
Even 1 hour. Do it like two 30 minutes with a cliffhanger in the middle where he thinks he's about to get caught, like the old Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, that could be cool. We're available to hire, Netflix. I don't know how much will help, but I want your money.
And yeah, again, you've got a perfect base for that in Golgo 13.
There you go. Man, Golgo 13. I haven't thought about that in a while.
If I'm right, I think that's the anime where someone gets killed with a bullet made of ice.
That sounds right. That would be the show. Either that or Lupin the Third. One of the two. Although I don't think anybody really dies in Lupin. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for sending in your questions. That's our episode this week. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Game Club this month is Massive Chalice. I think we have like 2 more weeks left of that. We're about halfway through.
Really need to get into that.
Yeah. Brand new episode of We Rogue Like It coming out. Don't forget to become a patron. Patreon.com/E1M1. The ones are numbers. Get all the cool early access. We have, 3 shows on there that are early access and 1 exclusive show on there now.
I think so.
So if you're a patron, don't forget in the web browser, go to the patreon.com/E1M1. Get your personalized RSS link. Feed that in your podcatcher, and it'll just give them right to you.
Yep.
And I think that's it. So we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
I'm now finally hungry, now that it is 4 o'clock.
Okay, my first title suggestion is Duke Nukem, just because so Randy Pitchford will retweet it.
Okay. Oh, Randy Pitchford.
Yep. Okay, you ready for the actual titles?
Ready.
Cowboy Shenanigans.
Yep.
The Best Kind of Chore. If That's Your Friction Point. Or just your friction point. LMG Squad. Everyone Gets Tinnitus. Exposing Europe Down. Pull the Plug on Myself. And Nonstop Diablo.
Nonstop Diablo is really good. Remember, Everybody Gets Tinnitus. I have Cowboy Shenanigans, Sad Cowboy Simulator, $3 deer card, LMG Squad, Moonpier, The Dead Weight, Your Friction Point, Everyone Gets Tinnitus, and Nonstop Diablo.
I'm tempted to say Everyone Gets Tinnitus, just because it's such a glorious image.
Yeah.
I'm torn between that and Nonstop Diablo.
I really like Nonstop Diablo. I feel like Moonpier The Dead Weight is a really good title, but I don't
like the fact that it has my name in it.
Yeah, and
I don't think TVGP episode 576 The Dead Weight is really promoting ourselves.
I feel like people might take it the wrong way, where it's sort of like, like we're making fun of you or something. I'd be okay with Nonstop Diablo. I think that's a good title.
Yeah, it was either that or Everyone Gets Tinnitus for me.
Yeah. All right, starting in.
You can see the clips, dude. Wait until you see the clips. You will regret this decision.
I know. Starting in 3, 2, one. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 576 for November 5th, 2018. Nonstop Diablo.
Just keep swinging.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching us, and whether you're live or watching after the fact, we appreciate it. Bye!